Anime usually allows people to live out their fantasies, and the magical school genre is an excellent choice in this case. Okay, so let's get some hype in the chat as we're ranking some magic school anime today. It's time to get your wands, cast the spell, and start figuring out which of these schools have open applications. Let's go. Number 10, the strongest sage with the weakest crest. Fasten your seatbelts because this reincarnated, overpowered sage means business. Now you might wonder, why are we talking about this anime? It's just trash. Yeah, it may not be the greatest anime out there, but let me tell you, it's not that bad either. So the anime follows Matthias, who gets reincarnated into another world. Big surprise. He's overjoyed to discover that he's been born with the ideal crest for magical combat on his first attempt. But you know the drill. The world he's been born into has very low magic standards, and everyone believes he's a failure. Poor Matthias. Wait, what? You're telling me he gets a harem in the first episode? God damn it! Anyway, so do you love the impossibly amazing main character who loves kicking some ass and collecting the harem? Then this show is perfect for you. On the other hand, if you're looking for something deep and insightful, you've come to the wrong place. How did you even get here anyway? Number 9, the fruit of evolution. Well, you guys must be wondering why this anime is on this list. Because as far as we remember, it's about an unlucky guy making love with a gorilla, a horse, and other characters. Well, I don't blame you guys for that. If you're following this anime, you already know what I'm talking about. If not, let's say it's about a guy who eats devil fruit and transforms from chubby nobody to handsome-looking chick magnet. Or should I say, gorilla magnet. Anyway, he continues his journey through the second season and enrolls into the Magic Academy. But not as a student, but as a teacher. Yeah, as it turns out, he's just a little too overpowered than we initially thought. As I mentioned in the previous video, it's an isekai comedy anime in which the main character cluelessly collects his harem, and fans of these genres will undoubtedly enjoy this parody. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and start streaming this show. And if only that fruit existed in real life, I wouldn't mind being a walking Giga Chad. Number 8, the greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. Leave your brain at the door because you really don't need it while watching this show. Yeah, not kidding. Jokes apart, this novel adaptation follows Demon Lord Varvatos, that reincarnates in the future. Why? To try and live a peaceful life. Yeah, peaceful life, my hat. When I say try, trust me, it's limited to trying only. It turns out that a lot has changed since he died. Even with his powers reduced, he's still far too powerful for everyone. Okay, so this anime is decent. It's very similar to the hugely popular Misfit of Demon King Academy, also included on this list. You could say that the greatest Demon Lord is a lighter version of that series. So, should you watch this show? Well, if you're new to anime and believe that every single anime is a work of art, or if you're just bored, then why not? Number 7, the Ice Blade Sorcerer shall rule the world. All the wannabe living normal life fans, raise your hands because this anime is for you. So the anime follows Rei, a single ice blade magician who led the country to victory 3 years ago. After weathering through a bloody war, he enrolls at Arnold Academy, ready to experience a normal life. Like that's ever gonna happen. Sorry. Okay, so this anime is decent. I know, the plot is very generic and follows the same generic formula, blah, 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 but it's not about the plot. It's about how interesting the main character is and how he interacts with people, specifically, harem, and deals with them. Sometimes it's fun to see the main character flex his powers and kick some ass. Now, there's no denying that the show is average and it won't exceed anyone's hopes. However, it is interesting to see creators do their best to turn something that has all the makings of being average into the best show it can be. Number 6, trapped in a dating sim. 挙句の果てにはパワードスーツで戦争かよ。見ろ、めちゃくちゃすぎだろ。本当に乙女ゲームかよ。しかもなんでこんなに難易度高いんだ。 Imagine you're forced to play a video game. You somehow manage to complete it, and next second, you died and reincarnated into that same game. I don't know about you guys, but I would flip. Well, this same thing happens to our protagonist. He dies and reincarnates as the character named Leon. Now trapped in this otome game that he has perfected, Leon makes it his mission to simply remain as a mob character, which, let's say, goes terrible. Like, I have to say, while trapped in a video game is like a norm at this point, the idea of someone being trapped in a cheesy romance game like this one is something new. And how could we forget about the harem? Simps will rule. So far, this anime is the only one I've seen in which the main character ends up bullying some Disney lookalike princes and bad-mouthing all the charming boys in front of the entire school because he finds their behavior with women absurd. I mean, how awesome is that? Number 5. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. So it's another reincarnation plot. A guy gets betrayed and dies and reincarnates in the magical world. Plain and simple, right? But what's the twist? What distinguishes this show from the rest? The plot twist in this case is that our reincarnated hero, Seika, was an exorcist in his previous life. In other words, this story includes not one, but 2 magic systems, which is a huge plus for someone like me who's obsessed with magic systems. So is it a good anime? Well, yeah, but really, the 3-episode rule still applies here. I mean, let's get this clear. First and foremost, our protagonist is not a simp. Second, he's a wimp. Third, unlike other characters in popular shows, he doesn't brag about his overpowered abilities. Anons. So if you're someone who's tired of the power of friendship main characters, then this will feel like a breath of fresh air to you. Don't believe me? You know, why not try it for yourself? Number 4. World Trigger. Boost up! Are you that guy who hasn't watched World Trigger and is still debating if you should actually watch this? Well, I hope the rock you're living under is providing proper protection. Jokes apart, the anime follows Osamu Mikumo, a high school student who also works as a border agent. Now, what exactly is the border? So it's a group that protects Japan from aliens, known as neighbors. Not exactly the most menacing name. Now, Osamu befriends a humanoid named Yuma and forms a border agent squad with him as well as 13-year-old sniper Chika, whom Osamu is sworn to protect. Their goal? To increase their rank and receive missions to the neighbor's world. That took some time to explain. I know, the plot is a little complicated and difficult to follow. The best way to appreciate the true value of this series is to watch it yourself. So give it a shot, and even if it's boring at first, stick with it. There's a reason World Trigger is underrated. Number 3. The Misfit of Demon Academy.
Yeah,
Anos, how you been, my man? I'm sorry, Demon. No, wait, don't, please, God, please don't destroy me. Oh, God! Okay. So, who doesn't know our favorite demon king Anos, who was reincarnated after 2,000 years only to find out that the demon kind remembers him differently. His personality, his deeds, even his legacy are all falsified, masked beneath the name of an imposter. You know our boy Anos. He'll take care of this imposter easily, or just kill the entire world. I see a Thanos snap in his future. Jokes aside, on a serious note, I know that overpowered protagonists can be tiresome, but when anime is aware of their protagonist, they can be enjoyable to watch. So if you want some action, but don't want anything too complicated and deep, this is a great choice. It's not the best anime or anything that will stay with you for the rest of your life, but it's a damn good popcorn show that will keep you entertained. Number 2. The Irregular at Magic High School. Okay, I guess it's pretty safe to say that you've all watched this anime, so let's move on. Just kidding. So the anime follows 2 siblings, Miyuki and Tatsuya, who are accepted into one of the top magic schools. Miyuki manages to pass all the entrance exams with flying colors and is accepted into the full Course 1 program, while her brother, Tatsuya, has a lower processing speed and ends up in the lower Course 2 class. We all know who's the overpowered one, right? Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. These siblings are just a little too close for comfort. Fortunately, that doesn't affect the overall enjoyment. Plus, how could we forget Tatsuya's female fan club? Too bad it's not a harem. Yeah, it won't blow you away like some other anime, but I can guarantee you won't be disappointed. And if you stick with it after the first couple of episodes, you'll be in for a treat. Number 1. The Eminence in Shadow. Time to hide and look for shelter because this guy is going atomic. Seriously, I can do this all day. How should a bomb be? Atomic. How should energy be? Atomic. And how should our protagonist, Sid, be? Atomic. Yeah, I totally love this ASMR. Jokes apart, here we follow a mastermind named Sig Kagano, who is, let's say, good at pulling strings to drive the story the way he wants. No, he's no Laylock, but he sure is one overpowered protagonist, and now that he's reborn into a magical world, no one can stop him from going atomic. I love doing this. Okay, so this is yet another show with a distinct protagonist who, despite his laziness, proves to be a badass. That is a one-of-a-kind combination, and to be honest, I love it. So, yeah, it's time to crawl out from that rock and start watching this anime. So there goes 10 anime where the overpowered main character goes to the magic school. As usual, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to our channel. That's all for today, my simp gang, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.